Welcome back to Pro League, where we are about to kick off the second week of Division A. Your desk is back. I'm your host, Katie Bedford, joined by Nameless, Pac-Man, and Study. Guys, it feels good to be back. I'm excited for our games today.
Absolutely. I can't wait to see if some of these teams made improvements over the weekend. It was a long weekend. A lot of time to go over some stuff and get better. We'll see if they apply it today.
It was a very long weekend.
A lot of teams that can improve upon last week for sure.
Today.
And a lot of teams that we're looking to see if they can stay consistent through week to week.
Yeah, and certainly Study teams that are looking for even their very first win.
Yeah, LG and EG, didn't have the best week one, but it's not about how you start, it's about how you finish. So this week, I'm expecting two big weeks out of both of these teams. It's the players that we've been talking about. We've been knowing them for years. So it's just like 0-3 is just something we were not expecting. So I'm expecting them to pull out this week.
Well, and Midnight, of course, still sitting on top, 4-0, undefeated thus far.
These guys were amazing last week, man. And you know what's crazy? I went to the back today. They're back scrimming right now. They're back there scrimming UYU right now. They don't play today. They're back there. They're dedicated, man.
And that's some of the best practice you can get, right? Playing teams that are sort of at the bottom, and they're trying to, improve day by day, trying new things out, and you're getting to play that new, better version of these teams. Even if you've beaten them already, you're going to learn about them. So that's important, and that's heads up by Midnight.
Especially on LAN, not being online. Them just coming to the studio. They don't even play today. I was like, damn, you guys are hella dedicated, man. They're so dedicated. They don't even have a match today, and they're still out here helping other teams play.
I mean, you love to see it, absolutely. We also want to talk about Gen G. They do have a match later in the day against Luminosity.
This is the 3-1 team right here. They lose every first map in every series, but then win the next 3 straight. They're 3-0, looking nice. Major Maniac is the all-star for this team. This team's really good, too.
And I mean, he is right. Like, literally, they have to start out with the loss, and then they're like, all right, we got it. We've done this before.
Nogin said if they don't lose that first map, they just purely won't lose a map this whole pro league.
He said they'll 3-0 everyone.
He said they'll 3-0 every single team if they don't lose the first map. That might be a little bit delusional, but that's also the confidence that you love to see.
Yeah, confidence is key, even if it is a bit delusional. But let's look at Optic Gaming now. They did end last week 3-1, so they were able to come back from a little bit of a rough start.
Yeah, and I believe Zuma's going to be playing again this week for them, so, that's going to be huge. And they made a lot of improvements towards the end of last week. Karma having some big performances for the team, MVP candidate at the end of the last week. So, Zuma's starting to feel more comfortable with this roster. Is going to be huge for them going into their next few games, and you got to think they don't want to drop another one.
Well, in Study, I'm sure it feels good for Optic as well to know that even though they do have a sub, they were able to end that week 3-1. So it doesn't entirely hinge on Dashy being here.
I was talking to a lot of players. The players didn't even expect them to go 3-1. So for them, it was just an accomplishment. I was talking to Karma. Karma was just like, Jay, it's just like, we had like 4 maps of practice. We didn't really expect what we did, but happy that we did. And 3-1 is not really bad when you have a sub.
That's realistically 3-1 is good, even if you're with your real team.
Yeah.
3-1 every week's going to put you at the top of the division for sure. There's not going to be many 4-0 weeks, or at least not consistent 4-0 weeks going forward. 3-1, very good.
Yeah, you can absolutely be happy with that. Let's now look at our schedule for today, this lovely, lovely Monday. Kicking things off, Nameless, with UYU versus Evil Geniuses. EG looking for that first win.
Both these teams, the bane of their existence has been search and destroy. Well, really, Evil Geniuses, every game mode has been the bane for them. But, one of these teams has to win a search here. One of them is going to win their first search and destroy. We'll see who it's going to be very shortly. But I got to give the edge to UYU in this one. You got Methods, who's been lighting it up, all week long. He's the #1 Hardpoint KD in the whole building. Like, he's just been playing amazing, as well as Mayhem. Methods outshine him a little bit, but that's what you need out of that team. 2 guys to step up, start slaying, and, prove that the move that UYU made, was justified. And I think he's doing just that.
He is. I'm leaning towards EG, though. I feel like they just had such a difficult week last week that playing this team this week, this is going to be that week, this match they need the confidence for, right? This is the confidence to set for the rest of their week right here. If they win that second map, that S&D against UYU, I expect them to win the 3rd map and go on and take this series.
It's going to be tough, though, because, you got a ton of players on EG who are underperforming. Especially Faceno. Don't really particularly want to call one player out on a team that looks pretty broken, but, at the Pro League qualifier, he had a pretty good tournament. He played well. I believe he had, over a 1.1 KD. And then here, he's the bottom of any player, sitting at, a 0.75 or something like that along those lines. And as a SOC player, you got to perform a lot better than that. It's one of the most important roles in this game. And if you're going to, be getting destroyed like that, it's going to be tough for you to pull out any respawn wins. So, Evil Geniuses, on top of teamwork that they have to fix, they need individual players to step up and start playing a lot better as well.
And Study, we certainly do know that players like Facento and EG are capable of being much better than they are right now.
Oh, yeah, for sure. Players like Facento, he's got multiple second places at champs. He's won a tournament here. These guys with a lot of experience. It's just like, when you go into this, you start off with an 0-3. you look at your teammates like, all right, guys, just let it go. I was even at their apartment yesterday. I was watching them scrim, and they were just going completely hard every single match. And that's what it's good to see, is that they're actually working together and taking this practice really, really seriously. Hopefully to have a different week this week.
Yeah, we will see what happens, but we are ready to kick things off now with UYU versus Evil Geniuses, so we're going to hand it over to Miles and Momo.
Thank you very, very much, Katie. Well, Miles and Momo here, and we're looking to get started here in the Pro League. Week 1 went by swimmingly, and we're ready to kick Week 2 off right now.
It started early, Miles. You said you were going to throw a few puns in there. Just
every single
they're coming. I'm going to warn you guys. However, UYU versus EG is our first game, and this is how it's going to break down. You've got a double Seaside in the middle, but we're going to get things off with Gridlock, Hardpoint. Potentially, I have a feeling that it could go the distance, of course. We have that Arsenal right at the end here. But to kick things off, Miles, we're going to Gridlock. Obviously, last Monday, we had a nice break. We weren't here. It's a little bit different. We're starting the week fresh, and we're starting it with Goonjar.
Well, both these teams want to start this week fresh again. Neither of them having the greatest Pro League run so far. Of course, we've touched on the skill of Methods. He seems to be Mr. Hardpoint with the KDs and the score per minute. Can somebody on EG manage to pick up the pieces there and finally get a nice big win here on the board for them? Proto on your screen picking up a nice 2 as EG wreck on through the first few points into the Hardpoint. See 12 on the score, but as we say it, UYU managed to get themselves in there, get the next set of time. 30 seconds left here on the first Hardpoint. As you can see, Methods, the man of the moment, he's already hit that rotation.
Yeah, and as we get into this, a little bit of background for you guys as well. UYU on this map and mode combined, obviously, for the Pro League. They're 2-0. They got this, but this is their map pick. Of course, EG, sadly, they're 0-1. So maybe at the start of this, you're leaning towards this UYU squad. But EG, I've got this feeling, Miles, and the reason that I'm going this, they keep going up in these Hardpoints, and then just getting swept. So we'll have to see whether they can finish out, close out a game. But as we jump on board with Proto here, just locking down. Post is going to get shot on the side and taken down. That's 3 back-to-back now for EG, trying to get those spawns. It's looking good until Methods once again taking down 1. But EG will control those spawns for now. They're going to grab that Hardpoint and get a few seconds more.
There we go, those initial kills now slowly but surely reaping the rewards as UYU. They managed to get the first rotation, managed to get the kills, but they haven't actually managed to hold on to the point. As Evil Geniuses now surge through, Goonjar picking up 1 or 2 for Sento, watching the back end. And as you can see, those members of UYU forced to spawn far out. Number 9 on your screen is going to be making his way through the back end. But at this point, it's just taken far too long to get there. The clock is ticking in EG, living up to the name as their evil machinations are starting to get themselves in that first 60 seconds of Hardpoint time.
I think for EG, I'll say it once, I'll say it again. These guys need to continue this momentum. They get this strong momentum from the start, and they can't close things out. I want to see great utilization in the streets. I want to see great utilization of that specialist course. That's going to come a little bit later, but already a lightning strike in the back pocket of Goonjar. 7-kill streak for Goonjar right now. He's going insane.
Things are looking good for Evil Geniuses. Why don't we have a quick Astro Gaming listen in with EG themselves?
One deep, one broken, one got middle. Oh yeah, middle deep. Go deep, right.
One shots, guys. There's two showers.
One showers got me. Yo, showers in, last 2 showers in, last 2 guys. Spawn T. Behind you, Berser, Watch out, Proto.
One more showers. He's coming in. There's not showers.
No, I got full streaks,
Alright, showers and then we're going 8 week showers.
Doesn't charge it. We're going nice.
There's two right side on one shot, guys. No. Mayhem weak. There's 2 right. One push, 3 showers. 3 showers, guys. 2 shot.
John.
Block the back, I'm hitting mid. Block the back, I'm hitting mid. Yo, block side door.
Got him, one more dojo maybe?
I have your mid. You're rotating front of the you got some new Matt.
Yo, I rolled. I'm gonna sit back. I'm going back alley right now.
2 3 Yo, they hit the roll.
I'm back on my drone squad. I'm playing the back. I'm back right. I'm watching the back.
I got up top.
I'm watching side door. One guy deep. Yo, watch side. Watch my side.
I have the middle right now.
There's 2 courtyard.
One shot, blue card.
Back right.
One more side door. They're be front.
They're back on me.
Evil Geniuses get the kills, get the rotations, getting the points as UYU have very much been left in the dirt now in this first map. 43 seconds left for the next Hardpoint. Goonjar's going to be getting in there and getting the points. Exotic's going to be cleaning out the top deck. And we've got Fellow and Co. watching the back end as well. So once again, EG hold firm, EG hold tight, and not even Methods with his impressive KD and his very impressive score per minute can find a way through for UYU right now.
Incredible stuff. We talk of Methods there. You know, currently sat at a 1.49. Overall, the top KD, score, damage per minute, score per minute, everything. This guy's kicking it so high here, but 4 and 8, not what you want to see here. 7 seconds on the hard point as well. That is why that they're getting outshot so strongly here. 100 points and counting. EG do take control of the house. And still, Goonjar, 2 streaks to his name now, 11-3. And it looks like he's going to call him in, rotating back to the middle. I like this play. And the reason being, Miles, they're keeping that momentum rolling. Sometimes you might think maybe save this for a different hill, save it to break, save it to hold. But these guys just want to keep on going. And Goonjar is going to take down another.
It's been a problem with EG is getting a nice early lead and then letting it slowly dwindle away to these more superior teams. But they managed to keep UYU on the back foot since the start of the matchup. Goonjar still managing to keep this play going. Not able to get too much out of the Tempest, but that one's going to get it done. Exotic, though, he's got his War Machine, baby, and he's making it rain. That's going to be a ton of kills there as EG continue the hold.
And this is where you want EG to start thinking about that next hard point. It's great that they're holding this, but again, you want to start to rotate, and that's what Facento's doing on your mini-map as well. He tries it, it's not going to be successful, but the mindset is right. That's why Facento maybe doesn't have the best stats here, because almost the unfortunate one that has to do that, maybe a Lightning Strike or Hellstorm to come in. Let's just talk about the score for a second, Miles. 177-31. The TAC-5, yes, has gone down. UYU need to win these next gunfights. They need to hold a full 60.
I think UYU have got 1 point out of the last 2 hard points or 3 hard points now. I mean, that is not good enough. Right now, Fellow.
Oh my.
Picking things up with the Annihilator. Goonjar's going to get it done with the Hellstorm in the back end. He's 10 points away now from... It looks like sniper nest. And that's already now. What a turnaround for Evil Geniuses. This is not the Evil Geniuses we saw last week. This is a new reformed squad. Coach Revan's been doing the work in the back end, and now Fellow's about to make it rain with that sniper's nest.
Well, Fellow has to start, ran out of bullets, for goodness sake. He's taking Proto in the ring, left, right, good night there, as he finds the fist, and he's going to find himself a weapon. Rewarded with that. Another 30 seconds here on the hard point. We've got 2 streaks in the hands of Fellow. Exotic, I don't know what mistakes were made there, but the rotation's gone down for EG. I hate to call it. I think Merkham even had a game like this where, you know, a game is over, but this is surely all but over. The specialists are starting to come through. Royalty can, you know, grapple in, grab slam that one down as well. And we've got to talk about Exotic and Goonjar. 17-5, 18-8. These two, what a performance, game number 1.
Here we go. Royalty's sniffing this one out. They're going to soften them up with the lightning strike. Royalty's in. Can't make anything happen now. Back over to Exotic. He's going to be next in from the back end of the showers as he's finding his way forward. UYU with hardpoint time for now, but this may all be in vain. In the dying moments of this matchup, Exotic gets his opening kill. Fellow finds his. They're in. Royalty's now making his way towards the hardpoint. Grab slam in hand. Here comes the push. He's trying to catch these players off. The reinforcements. Can they make their way forward? Because if they do, slams are up. And he takes 2 and he takes a teammate, but the clock is ticking. There is a matter of moments now. 20 points for the win for EG.
It is going lights out here. Map number 1. A study said on the desk that these guys are taking it serious. And hell yeah, they are. These guys are tearing apart UYU. They have control. They can end it here. Just 8 simple seconds. The players aren't even there to contest. Exotic's 22-8. Goonjar 17-7. And across the board, EG decimate the competition here in map number 1. And that was UYU's pick. What a statement Evil Geniuses just made.
Not characteristic of UYU, and Facento will not let that one go. Coach Revan on stage here, congratulating the boys on what was clearly a fantastic matchup. EG have just taken UYU. UYU looked like a fish out of water. There was nothing they could have done. There was not a single moment where they could have turned that one around. We saw them rotating with, what, 30 seconds left in that final hard point where they made their way towards showers. There was a whole load of nothing. You said, I hate to call this match over, but it's over. UYU outclassed.
It was simply too much. The score streaks, the kill streaks. It was certainly an upstream battle for them on that one. But I will say, EG, they kept that momentum rolling, and I'm going to go back to it for the 3rd time here. Many times they went ahead in week number 1, and things started to take a turn, and I don't know whether they started to crumble as a team, the communication started to slip. Whatever they've worked on, that has shown. I love the streak usage in the middle of the map there. The Lightning Strike, the Hellstorm, incredible stuff, kept that going. EG, but phenomenal performance.
Brilliant stuff from them. Now, just before the matchup, Jess managed to catch up with Exotic. See what wisdom he imparted over to Jess.
Thanks, Miles. Yeah, and Exotic said, well, we're really looking forward to this match. He called last week's performance a fluke and said that they've re-examined a couple of things and have gotten back down to getting their teamwork to where it really needs to be. They have that individual talent, but he said their teamwork was just not there. When I asked, what do you really have to do to shut down UYU, he said, well, Mayhem's their best player, so we'd really just make sure to shut him down, and we should be good to go. We're expecting to go 4-0 this week. Now, over on the side of UYU, I did catch up with Mayhem, and he threw a little little bit of gas back at Exotic, pretty much saying the exact same thing. You know, we really got to shut down Exotic and also Royalty, and we'll feel a lot better if we can accomplish that. Now, he did go on to say that they are a little bit worried about their S&D. He said Respawn we're feeling a lot more confident on, but S&D is what we've really been focusing on, and we are a little bit worried. So, you know, and hey, one of these two teams does have to take their first S&D win, so let's find out who it is. Miles, Momo, back over to you guys.
Thank you kindly, Jess. Now, Search and Destroy is going to be a very interesting matchup either way, because neither team have been doing too great in Search so far.
They certainly haven't, and that's in general. But if you saw the map pool, what we're going to be playing, the first Search and Destroy is going to be on Hacienda. Now, yes, you know, it's difficult for both of these guys, 1-0 and 3 and 1-0 and 1, of course. I like this. Obviously, the research has clearly been there. That's, you know, you're looking at Revan for this one. This is EG's pick here. This is by far UYU's worst map, as I said, at 0 and 3. But again, going into this, neither team are good at Search and Destroy right now, so it wouldn't surprise me of something crazy. However, I'll go back to that keyword momentum here. EG, you've got to go into this one feeling so good.
I want to hold on that momentum and ironically slam the brakes on that one and just go back to talking about the vetoes and how important vetoes are and how important those vetoes may not be at the start of the league, but as we slowly get going towards, you know, one's a bit more data is accumulated, those coaches can dig deep, they can go through this, you know, this wealth of statistical information they have and start to pick out weaknesses in other teams. That's where matchups get more important. And right now, as you said, UYU's worst game type right now is Hacienda Search and Destroy. Revan's done a little bit of digging, he's watched some scrims or whatever, and he's made that decision alongside the team. Will that benefit them now? Will that pay off? Can UYU pull out something magical at this point? It's totally possible. I just don't know if it's going to happen.
Of course they can. They need to erase map 1 from their brain instantly. It just needs to be like, guys, we had a terrible map, they had streaks, they capitalized, and we're over it. You know, we're going into map 2. I know we jumped on board with a listening on EG on that side of things, and it was great. You know, all things roses, smelling of roses on that side of the main stage. But UYU, again, got to regain, got to go into map number 2. And I think, you know, you're looking at the experience, someone like Methods to calm everyone down. You know, forget about that one. We've seen many times, look at Gen G. They lose every map 1, and then they go on to win 3 back-to-back. Hacienda Search Destroy coming up.
Bouncing back is, again, a staple, one of the key pillars, one of the foundations of being a great team, especially a great player on an individual basis. And if they can do that now, that's going to be one way to get themselves in this one. Hey, look, Phil, a fish! We'll stop eventually, ladies and gentlemen, or will we?
Miles will not, I'll tell you that for free.
Here we go into map number 2. Excited to see how this one goes down. Search and Destroy up first on the offense is going to be Evil Geniuses. Let's see how the defensive lineup holds now for UYU. Already shots out. Knight's been put down to a very, very early grave. Mayhem now looking to find something there. Goonjar's going to get that very first blood.
So going into this one, both 0 and 1 at the Pro League, obviously before that. As I said, 0 and 3, that was including events before. However, first blood has struck already. Knight has been put down as well as the bomb here, and it's going to be at B. Proto taking out Goonjar, and that's going to be a trade here. Royalty elsewhere does find himself now in a 4v3. Gunfights galore up top for Proto as he's going to be finally taken down. EG looking likely to take round number 1. Method still alive, still kicking with 20 seconds left. This is where he needs to play that time. Got to get taken down, unfortunately for him. They could have, of course, just circled that one around, teamed up, and I like that about EG. Just talking about the playstyle of round 1 there. Very collectively together. You know, it seemed like they're on the same page on map 1, just flowing through into map 2.
You saw great trades out of EG on the top of the map here in these hallways. Back-to-back couple of kills. Proto comes out, tries to find something. He gets picked up from behind shortly after this kill cam. So EG, great awareness, great communication right now, making that first round seem a breeze.
I tell you what, Vicento there got shut down instantly with a Sorg. Watching that back in slow motion made you realize how quick of a snap Proto had on him. But either way, EG take round number 1 here. And we're going to see the boys of UYU now on the offense. It's going to be the ICR battle, and Vicento 1 up.
There's always a bigger fish. And now Vicento was it. As he takes clean care of the outside of the map, that's first blood. The UYU, this offensive round has been slowed down somewhat. You see Vicento still on the outside of the map there. Bit of a gunfight. Fellow watching the inters. And you can see that bomb just teetering around B. Fellow with enough timing, with the right communication, he can make a play here. He's got a stun grenade to work with as well. Number 4 on your screen, Royalty. He's going to be rotating now from the A site, making his way through mid-map. Uh-oh, Goonjar, there's an express delivery. It's a stun grenade, and here comes 2 members of UYU. Here comes the play. UYU trying to take back that bomb site.
And they may be able to do that. Fellow does find 1 inches another, but Royalty again puts himself in a 2v2 now. And I'll tell you what, ICR with that thermal. When they get up close and personal, it's not going to be as good. And you see Proto really kind of nail that down here. And now a 1v2 for Royalty. The player that always is on that higher sensitivity. You'll see him flying around and making plays here. He's on the defensive side of things, so he's just checking bombs and going back and forth. If he guesses right here, he could get some nice timing, but unfortunately for him, he checks A little bit too early, and that bomb is going to go down.
So difficult being in a 1v2 situation like this. He's spread thin, he's got to check both sides. If he gets lucky with timing, maybe he gets one kill. Maybe he catches a player from behind, but now that the bomb's down, this is a much harder task for him to retake the site. They've got eyes on him. Proto and Knight can just rotate around now, get the perfect angle they want. Unless Royalty can catch him, he cannot do it. Knight's going to drive the Lance right through the heart, and that's going to be the end.
Nicely played by Royalty there. Just kind of his movement and the way that he went through the fences actually like that. Unfortunate with obviously the timing onto the bomb site, because if you didn't see there, he was actually currently 3-0. You know, if he was to pick up those 2 kills, get a defuse, or even just the kills, he would have continued that streak. It could have been really good for EG. But it's all going to be tied up here with strong play coming in from UYU. And there you see that ICR thermal not being the best up close.
Unfortunate timing, though. If in that situation, if Vicento just gets in the water a little faster,
yeah,
he may have been able to find a kill out of that, and that would have been a wonderful way to keep the round somewhat level, somewhat even, but you know, you can't win them all. Here we go into the 3rd round, tied up 1-1. EG back on offense. Looks like that bomb carrier is going solo towards B. They're taking through the middle of the map. Top corridors have been flooded now by the likes of EG. Nobody's home. Curve through the window. Right through that front door, and here comes the push from UYU straight over the top. Bomb's going to get down quick. Shots are through. Vicento, just gets away by the skin of his teeth, and now Skies is in a tough situation. Gunjar's trying to hold down the flank. This is big. EG can hold for the time being. They've got to hold as strong as they can. UYU hot on that bomb site. Shots are out. Knight gets a team kill. Method's lovely work to keep it together. Exotic finding kills in mid-map as well, so now we're at 3v3.
Royalty.
3v2.
Oh my.
And now it all comes down to Exotic.
He's going to find the first. He should do it now. Heal just like that. The time is on his side. He knows Knight is around him. He doesn't need to check until 7.5, but the challenge comes in. Knight's going to get the kill. And running a riot, he's going to manage to get the defuse in time as well. I will say that one-on-one, when you're in that situation, very tough. Technically a 1v2. When he backed away from that balcony, he re-challenged around the hallway, if you like, of that. A little too early. He stays behind there for 1-2 seconds. He's got the round.
I thought he was hitting the table. He was going to sit behind that table in the corridor and just take a pew, you know, just sit this one out for a moment. But he decided to go back. And now, you've got what? Knight is 100 points away from streaks.
That challenge there from Royalty, you just saw the last kill. Again, unsure if that was a necessary push. I think he may have got the call that one was weak. He wanted to take them down, potentially get a double. But again, I think a bit of a misplay, but this is why overall these 2 teams currently in the Pro League are 0-7 on Search and Destroy. Combined, that is. Obviously 0-4 for UYU, 0-3 for Evil Genius. Someone's got to win the first one, as the desk outlined here before, as we kick things off. Round number 4, UYU lead.
Again, we want to bring to attention once more, Knight is 100 points away from his lightning strike. Stuns are up. This could be big. Not able to find anything. His teammates again just cleaned up behind him. Exotic finds 2. Proto's got to get out there while the get is good. You can see all 5 arrows, or 4 arrows now of Evil Geniuses. They've just hovered all over the A site. They've completely flooded that one. They're packed in like sardines. And right now, UYU have got to get out while they can. They've got to slip, slide, and make their way towards that B. But they've made the read. EG have read this. They've read it like a book. UYU are about to run into their guns, and Proto can get on the site as fast as he can. He's going to have to skill his way through this like brute force. And if he can, that's great. But it's still 4v3 right now with UYU at the deficit.
Well, he's going to throw out the concussion, only tags up 1, and that's why the 2 trades there. Fellows and Vicento coming in here, and just look at that, 85 points. Knight just needs to stay alive. He does get 1 kill. That's the lightning strike in the bag, Miles, but does lose the round. EG, again, not sure if they'll know of that just yet. I think they will, because they knew he was just 1 kill away. However, a bit bittersweet at the end of that round.
2 most important things in warfare is what you have and what the enemy thinks you have. And right now, EG may not know those streaks exist. Will that come back to bite them? We'll find out. Again, EG managing to find themselves somewhat handed in this search. And as you said, Phil, the records ain't great. Someone's got to win this one, tied up at 2-2. We may be going to a round 5 unless those streaks can find something special. Again, lightning strike at the ready. Knight has yet to show his hand there, and as we see, big, wide spread for UYU as they spread out across the back. Mid-map has been completely controlled now by EG. They've taken control of the house. Knight's going to be the first one to get a kill there. Can he find any more?
Interesting play from EG as well. Going straight through the middle here. It's not going to pay off as 3 do fall. Make that 4, and it just felt like a little bit of a collapse. The first blood obviously being in UYU's favor really helped them, but EG, very tough position to find anything here. Exotic, not even going to find one. Mayhem coming in with the team kill, but that is about it now. Just 3-2, and again, this is why we see these Search and Destroys maybe going on a little bit longer. Some of these trades, some of these rounds will go very, very quickly. You know, you'll send your whole team to one bomb site or simply through the middle at one section. It doesn't work out, or it does. Sometimes you will get those rounds. Other ones will be slower, more methodical, a bit more strategy. And maybe we'll see that in round number 6 here.
Could give it to UYU, winning their individual engagements handedly. Very decisive kills. They're not really letting any mistakes slip by, aside from a team kill or 2 here and there. And if they can maintain that, 4th round could be theirs. As we go into the 6th round, still Knight's the only player with his streaks to work with. 2 specialists at the ready for UYU. That's going to be the Annihilator and the Grav Slam in Knight and Proto's hands, respectively. Sent on the outskirts of the map, trying to find himself a position here. No one in the garage, no one towards the site. That's going to relay the information out to his teammates, who are going to be expecting that A-bomb push. Will EG make the read?
And of course, Faceno being in a great position, but if his teammates do go down, which one has now, it puts him in a bit of an awkward position. He's going to be flanking now, and he's actually going to have that ICR thermal. So you see he's just seen one and actually had to back off. That's twice the thermal ICR has come back to haunt him. Because again, he has a normal ICR there. He makes that shot, probably makes the kill. The trades go down. Royalty and Mayhem exchange blows, but UYU take control for a second. A 3v2, make it a 3v1. All down to Goonshot once again. And he's going to fall straight through that fence. UYU coming out on top, Miles. And again, just I'm not sure about certain plays that obviously EG are coming up with here. And I expect better from this team in Search and Destroy.
I think Viceno's got to let the thermal scope go at this point. I mean, that's 2 rounds where he's found himself completely out of position with that. And as you said, it's got much more of a zoom. It's got like more than a ×2 zoom at that point. It's way more than a red dot. So unless he's in the water, unless he's out there, you know, sleeping, he can't really get a whole lot done with that one. UYU still winning their gunfights, still winning those individual fights very, very well. EG need to make something change here, because now we've got UYU at 4, EG to 2. Again, the Annihilator at the ready. Method's not far away from his TAC 5. But nor is Facento for EG. Here comes the play towards B.
That's going to be a cluster straight in the top pocket of Facento. It will tag him up. The bomb will go down. He's actually survived that as well. Nicely done for Facento again. Bit of the bait, if you like, from EG. Fellow's going to fall. Traded out by Royalty, though. And now, this is where you're going to see a lot of kills go down the hallway. Unsure who you're shooting at that point, but the concussion flows through. The melee does not work out for Facento. Not only the bomb plant, but 2 kills to his name. A great, great round, and I think he's going to feel a lot more confident, especially after, you know, being gunned twice with the ICR. That round, he changed things up. Credit to him. Obviously, you know, that may have been communicated through the other boys as well. But I will say, this is where I want to just check out Facento. Off the bat, I want to see what he's rocking. Is he going to change things up on the defensive side of things with this ICR? Is he just going to stick to it?
Another big heads-up play from Facento again. Putting Flak Jacket on. Flak Jacket goes on, gets himself on the bomb site, eats a whole cluster nade, no problem. Again, that's a heads-up call from his War Machine player who's relaying that information. He has a feeling that UYU's War Machine may be getting ready, not too far away from that one, could be getting it this round. The players likely all had Flak Jacket on, and that keeps you alive for the time being. Here we go, into the 8th. Facento once again scopes out, making his way on the outside of the map. Nothing to be found. All of UYU are making their way towards the A site.
And it feels like UYU know, you know, this is the game plan of EG. They keep going, either through the middle or 2A. And that thermal ICR is just being nullified instantly. The problem now is Facento's running around with this weapon, which isn't simply as good as the others. So we're going to have to see what he can do with it. Maybe put himself in a good position. But the bomb still lingering around that garage. UYU waiting for that first pick, and Mayhem potentially going to find it. He's going to find Facento, and Facento running around with a Mozu, and yes, he's powerful, it packs a punch, but Mayhem comes out on top. And again, that's 3 times Miles.
That's a tough one to swallow. And now with the advantage, you can see UYU hitting that bomb site hard all the way towards A. Royalty's only player in a position to try to contest this. He's in a tough spot to try to make something happen here now. Even in a, you know, right now, 4v4 situation, he could get it done with a slam, but Skies is in from behind. That's big. Royalty still making his way towards the bomb site. I think he may have gone unnoticed at this point, but the players all over him. TAC 5 boost as well for UYU. An extra 50 HP makes all the difference. EG have now got to fight their way through a brick wall of defense. Juiced up members of UYU. They're swole, they're tonked, they're yoked, whatever you want to call it. The gunfights are so hard to win right now. Oh, but Gunjar's in from behind. Method's making his way forward as well. Anyone out of this? It's an absolute bloodbath. 2 players left for UYU. And that's going to be map point.
I like the 2 players on bomb site there going for the retake. They actually just play distraction. They let Gunjar come in from the side. He picks up 2. Then they push forward, and it's actually this man who clutches up. He finds himself a double as well. And you saw Royalty going back and forth, and eventually gets caught out by Methods. Again, going big here for UYU, and a little bit of good timing as well. You saw Knight taking down one from behind. Unfortunate for EG in that sense, but this search and destroy, again, has the potential to put EG, 2-0 up in the series, but UYU, they can claw their way back into it. And by all means, get the first search and destroy win. A lot of specialists on the board, Mouse.
Yes, ability to do it. They've got the powers that be. But do they have the timing and the skill to pull it off? Oh, Proto's going to get dropped. 2 early kills, but Mayhem, War Machine out, that's big. Early kills as well. Knight wins a stunning 1v1 against Fellow there. Lovely bit of work. 3v2 right now. EG at the deficit. 3 now alive. Knight still up. Mayhem still up. He has now put away the War Machine, but damage is already done. Gunjar's lined it up. Tempest is out. Can he find another one? No, he cannot. Methods. Mayhem get it done. And just like that, UYU leave EG sleeping with the fishes on Hacienda and tie the series up 1-1.
6-3, and we do see, obviously, a bit odd specialist. We don't see the Graph Slam. The Tempest comes out last minute. Odd search and destroy. And again, I go back to certain things. If they don't work or they're holding you back, maybe make a change.
UYU versus EG tied up 1-1 here in our first match of Monday Night Pro League. Don't miss the exciting conclusion of this match. Up next.
The Call of Duty World League is presented by PlayStation 4, the official platform of the CWL. Astro Gaming, the official headset and mix amp of the CWL. And Republic of Gamers, the official monitor of the CWL.
2 amp game fuel. Level up the game.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the Call of Duty World League, presented by PlayStation 4. Miles a moment, bringing you into map number 3 here with EG versus UYU. Boys and girls, we're going into control. Neither team too hot, but one team a little hotter than the other, a little more sizzling. UYU with finer stats. EG not really looking all that in control right now.
Yeah, I mean, EG, we said the Search and Destroy was bad. Their control isn't much better. They had a terrible week, let's be honest. They're 0-3, obviously, in the Pro League. And we're going to be seeing it on Seaside. Now, this has only been played once between the two teams. It was actually EG, and yes, they lost. But I will say, UYU, they seem like a more collective team. They seem like they've got things going, you know, on paper a little bit better. But I do cast my eyes straight to one player, and that's Mayhem from UYU. We want to keep our eyes out on Mayhem in this one. He's currently the top 2 out of the whole Pro League for score per minute, and he's number 1 on damage per minute as well. He's the guy right now that's putting up a 1.58 on the KD rank of 2 in the Pro League. Incredible stuff. And let's kick things off. Let's get right into it. As UYU, they are going to be on the attack.
Straight into the attack. Proto in first. Already dealing the damage. They've actually managed to force the members of EG back into the church to say their prayers, and immediately Knight is in there. Gonna get the points. Slowly but surely captures 1. Close range engagement. Mayhem finds 2, and he stays alive on 1 HP. You love to see it. And there's gonna be the first tick, unless anybody can get in there and go. Oh, wait, they managed to get it. Just about. Knight was there in shining armor to make sure that that tick happened.
And I love this play from Knight. He got the first tick. He knows he's on his own. He plays the time. He gets out of there. And he's got his teammates down at B getting the first tick over, but doesn't work out for him. Zone B actually may be given to UYU at this point, but EG coming in from the side here, trying to take it back. Methods and Proto trying to deny, back and forth, tacking up left and right as well. Mayhem and Methods all day long. UYU look incredible here. They're on the attack. They have the lives. It's 22-19. They've got 2 ticks now onto B. Make it 3. As with 2 minutes on the clock, Miles, they need 2 ticks on A. It looks so simple.
A supreme start for UYU. EG unable to take the bait, hook, line, and sinker, and now they're suffering with 1 tick on A and an entire B done and dusted. But the problem now for them is that A is so close to the spawn of Evil Geniuses. It's literally like a couple of yards away from where they start out. So we've got to see UG pick up big kills. The UYU have to do everything they possibly can to keep them out of the point while getting the caps and keeping them dead out of spawn in order to even get close to those next set of ticks. Mayhem's doing what he can on the left-hand side of the map. Streaks are going to help, but now that he's done and dusted, we're going to have to see Skies, we're going to have to see Proto and the rest of the squad make their way in there and keep the pressure up right now.
Yeah, and again, I want to point out Mayhem. 8 kills to his name already. Skies is sat at 0-3, but it doesn't matter. UYU are taking it and taking it far. What you will see is maybe one of the UYU players try and get in the enemy spawn as well and try and cause a little bit of mayhem, no pun intended for that one. But Zone A, still 2 ticks left. EG holding on, but the lives, they're starting to dwindle, 16-12.
12 lives. They bled out in a bad way, that last engagement by Church. Fellows trying to get him back into this one. Royalty now just making his way forward, hitting the back end of the courtyard right now. Goonjar up top, lovely position to be in. Again, can overwatch that entire courtyard. That entire statue in mid-map is a great way to attack the front of the church. The only way to attack the front of the church. Without that, they're forcing them around the flanks. And you can see Royalty and Co. got Ficento on the bottom side of the map as well, keeping everyone from UYU back. But this push has a bit of nastiness written all over it. Fellows getting to get out there while they get good. A nade comes through, doesn't find any kills out of that. Ficento still holding the line, but Proto and Skies, they're going to do it. Are they going to be able to punch a hole here and now? 11-9, EG still trailing on lives.
And this is what I was talking about, is Mayhem. He did get behind enemy lines. He's going to be shut down. Credit to Royalty for that one here, but it's 10-8 on the offensive here. UYU have 1 extra life now. He's jumping up, maybe into the church. He's going to find himself up with a teammate, and that's going to be called out as well. 27 seconds left on the clock, Miles. It's not about the 2 ticks that's left. They need to get in there, but it could come down to simply the lives.
Here it comes, 8-6, 18 seconds left on the clock. EG, they're running out of lives. They've got to hold on still. Final lives are done now. 4 players left. There's the cap coming through. Have UYU done it? Have they managed to get in? They're pushing the players back. Mayhem's getting it done. That could well truly be it. The 3rd tick is almost finished. This is for the round. 16 seconds left. Up over the top. Royalty can't get it done. Ficento comes in. He's getting the cap, but Knight's there to finish the job. And the first round is going to go to UYU. But man, it was a pound of flesh. I mean, what a way to get in there. They had to fight tooth and nail. They had to make some hero plays. Mayhem got it done on the back end of the map, hitting those players on EG and Spawn, sealing the round.
Yeah, and again, it goes to say, 30 lives, 30 kills, and Mayhem picking up 13 of them. Nearly 50%. Nearly 50% of the kills coming in from Mayhem. that's not just about being like a, you know, a good player, having a good shot. His movement, his positioning, he is the best play of the game, and rightly so. We said, watch out for this guy. He's incredible at control. It's like his mind just understands it that little bit more. And on the flip side of thing, the start of that was all over the place for EG. It just seemed like they were lost. They couldn't commit.
They couldn't, like, they also lost B instantly. So they got one tick on A, they won the gunfight down by A, and this is big, actually. Oh, that nade would have been perfect. Proto now, he's trying to keep these players out of the courtyard again. That whole square, if you keep that open, the players can make their way through Church. Again, Church is the key position to be holding to, that A site. If you concede ace at the start of this one, you're in serious trouble. But right now, UYU have held this defensively. They got the players away from Church. Now they're kicking the players out of Cafe down by the B site. That's going to be it. They can now take a breather for a few moments while the rest of EG come off spawn and just hold that defensive line, which they're now just slowly encroaching forward towards the spawn of EG.
Yeah, and this, again, on the defensive side, UYU, they didn't even get challenged at the Church. And they control down low at the Cafe. They've got 4 lives to the good, and the reason is they're collectively making those kills. They're pushing out. They're getting in the spawn. EG, again, they just look a little bit lost here. No flak jacket on 3 players with a war machine. Mayhem is 17 on 5. And Mayhem is one of the best control players there is. And UYU, they look dominant here on Seaside.
Picks up a war machine, single round. Puts it to good use in round 2. 25 seconds left. It's all a hope and a prayer now, but Knight defends the faith as he keeps the Church safe. Exotic's going to go down. Mayhem again. Knight again. This has been a stellar round from UYU. Is anybody in position? Oh, yes, it is. It's Royalty. You got to separate Church and State, and Royalty's doing that. Staying in there. He gets killed, but they are contesting. That's going to stop the clock for the time being. Big kill from Skies. This is great, though, from EG. Got to get in there in a big way. Got to get these players on the point. 10 seconds now. Anyone in there to get it? It looks like all the players from EG are left stacking out the back of Seaside. They're going to stop moving. They know the round is done. UYU find themselves at 2-0 here. Map point on control.
Yeah, UYU as well, not playing Seaside yet in the Pro League. They played Gridlock twice, won it twice. They played Arsenal once and lost it once here. But again, this is that round especially. You know, the first round, UYU on the offense just looked almost too good for an offensive team here. On the defense there, and it was the initial for me, Miles. Down by the Cafe, I expected EG just to fully commit, go down there. You know, Goonjar was, you know, at the top bar, if you like, with an ICR, just looking for plays. He picks one up, he trays it. It feels like the pacing of this team, the urgency of this team, it's just not as high as UYU's, and that's why it stands 2-0, potentially the last round, Miles, and I feel it will be.
This opening break now from UYU. They're going all in on B. They're hoping to get those heavy ticks. Number 4, he's going to hold back on this push. He's hoping to find a play happening towards the A side. But with the gunfights going the way of EG right now, down by B, that play towards A has got to stop. Mayhem, pump the brakes, son. You're not going to do anything but die, and that's just feeding lives towards EG.
And this is much better from EG. I've kind of bashed them already this game, but I will give them credit. The start of this round, perfect. That trophy system, wherever it is, shoot it now. Thank you. Fellow gets rid of it. But of course, we are going to see a little bit of a different push. And UYU here, they're split. 2 going down to A, 2 wrapping to B as well. These kills could define the round. Methods, though, he's got the Annihilator.
Here we go, Methods, Annihilator out. Let's have a quick Astro Gaming listen in with UYU as they seal their final round.
Yo, can be. I'm popping it out. I'm pushing
go for it. Push that up. Exotic weak mid steps. He's still there.
Guys,
he's still there. He's inside B.
They got me.
I'm going your roof. They
Watch you outer. John's weak. One's outer. Fellow's outer. Shoot me, about to push you B.
War machine. Watch out on the
outer fellow.
He wasted like 4 shots.
He wasted 5. Found dead.
Nice 2. Yo, we can still get into B. Ready? Nice shot. Connector. Watch out.
Your right steps. Royalty.
Nice job, man.
Big wins. Stack.
Alright, I'm taking off flag. I'm on one of you guys. Yeah, I'm getting your mid, alright?
I have your outer cross, okay? I'll call out outer cross.
I'm holding outer.
Your outer cross, 2, 3.
Crash.
They pop crash, team shot.
Outer weak. There's 2 of them. They're both weak.
Play for kills.
Push me out, Placento. I popped the other crash off. Kill me, Jebs.
Gotta go barrels fast. I think I could get to A. Actually.
I might have to go B.
I'm getting kills middle here.
Yeah, we might need to just run through mid.
Yeah, go B.
Oh, did Miles jinx EG? That's the other way around. UYU, a few seconds left. Evil Geniuses have held... Oh, wait a minute. 0.3 seconds on the clock. They're capping A? I spoke too soon. Wait a minute. Knight's in the Church. He's holding on. Can he find anything? He finds 1 kill. 1 kill on a hope and a prayer, and now EG get themselves around and stay alive for now. But 0.3 seconds on the clock. I was ready to blow that one up and shout 2-1.
I'll tell you what, a much-needed round for EG. Hopefully this gives them the confidence. They were way, way better down by the cafe this time around. Collectively, you know, the kills were there, and again, in round number 2, they got War Machined. It just got a little bit too much. That happens on Control, but I want to give credit to EG for that round. Again, Mayhem was going off, being Mayhem literally for his squad, but EG stepped it up here. Can they push it to a 5th round? Of course, this is where we're going to see some spicy specialists as well, Miles, come in to play. As we jump back on board, let's see what is available, or what is close to available. We've got Grav Slam for either team, but Goonjar and Fellow, that Annihilator Tempest combo, that could push it to round 5 alone.
We've seen their kills slowly come through. Royalty also making its way up the kill board, 14 and 12 in, down the back. Finds 1, 2 shots are out. Lovely bit of work. Again, bought space, bought time. Goonjar's now trying to make the benefit happen. But again, B site has been held for the time being. What for Cento's there now? First tick. Can they make anything towards A? Number 9, he's the one going for that sneaky A push. Oh, Fellow, if you knew what we knew, you'd be running through that courtyard because a church is completely open. All of UYU are here. They're trying to stop it. Exotic's going to find 2. Sky's going to return the favor. Big shots are through, and it looks like UYU may be able to do this one, but Methods! Oh, Fellow gets it done. He's going to get the kill. Annihilator at the ready as well for Fellow. Keeping it alive. Keeping it alive. EG. The second win they desperately needed here in the Control map.
Cento as well off screen, goes on a 5-kill streak, make sure he gets his lightning and his hellstorm. He pops the lightning, and I love that play. He actually sees where they're pushing, and 2 players pushing out and do get behind him. Zone B is gone, ladies and gentlemen. 2 minutes on the clock here, but Annihilator in hand now. I'm not sure if Goonjar used the Tempest. No, he didn't. Still got that in his back pocket as well, but Knight does go down. Proto available. Will he find the no-scope? Yes, he will. Fellow goes big and now pushing forward. This could be the one that pushes it. 3 go down. They're going to be coming off spawn. Fellow should be setting up with this Annihilator, and this is what I mean. Getting in prime position. The streets come through. The contestation goes down as well. That's Method sliding in from the side. Method actually goes huge, but again, life count 17 to 14. Exotic is starting to heat up. That's the triple for him, still alive and kicking 2.
Vicento dropped a Hellstorm just in the outskirts of the back of church and found nothing. Now 13 to 16. We've seen the Annihilator go from Fellow. And now we have to breathe a big sigh of time. It was like minute 30 on the clock. That's the only major benefit EG have right now. They've got to get in here, get in there as fast as they can. But again, they do not want to be burning these lives. They have an advantage at the time being, and UYU are going to be letting them make those mistakes. They're going to let that eagerness, that desperation they need to have in order to get that round and keep themselves in this be their weakness.
See, this is where, you know, you've got a lightning strike still. I'm unsure why maybe this is the time where you put it down, and those 2 kills are crucial. Make it 3. This is going to be a full wipeout here. And just like that, the tables have turned. UYU now with the lead. Even if that does connect, it doesn't matter. They're getting straight back up. UYU start to push. UYU start to get the TAC 5 boost. Methods, Mayhem going big as well. They're looking to close it down, and with 50 seconds left, those individual gunfights, I wanted to see that lightning strike go.
I want to call out Methods and Mayhem for pushing down towards Cafe and making a perfect read on that offensive push and just cutting those players in half before they could even get there. Now 12 to 8. EG at the deficit. Lightning strikes out. Get indoors quickly. Vicento finds 2.
Okay.
This is big, right through the front door of the church. Service is in sermon now, and Skies, he's got to do what he can to get these players out. Fellow hangs in there, big shots out. Mayhem, though. Mayhem drains that one out. 8 to 3, EG. This could be it. They're going to do something absolutely tremendous now, and they're being sneaky. Look at the bottom of the map. Royalty's going to go all the way around the back. Last lives, last chance saloon.
Oh.
15 seconds.
3 lives versus 7 right now. It's just unfortunate for you, for EG, should I say. We've got another War Machine in the hands of Mayhem. We're going to take down Methods, but it really doesn't matter at this point. 5 to 2 with 3 seconds left. It's going to be pretty much impossible for EG to get into. They're going to try, though. We're going to see Mayhem finalize that one. And the control goes to UYU, as the stats said. These guys were the better team for me. It was Mayhem from the start, from the get-go. And it's Mayhem to end things with that War Machine as well. EG, they do need to look at their control by all means. Yes, they're 0-4, it's easy to say. But I saw moments where they were good. It was round number 3 when they defended the cafe. They pushed up, they had it in control. And again, you know, on the offense as well, that round in particular could have been their round. Maybe using that lightning strike a little earlier could have, of course, you know, equated to that, but either way, tough round and tough loss there for EG. 0-4 now in control.
Well, there was a couple of hero plays. We saw Fellow going huge at a time from time to time, and, you know, Goonjar, and we saw Exotic and Royalty both pick up nice numbers. Center picks up streaks at one point, you know, and I don't want to be too coy about this one, but I think the numbers were definitely in the favor of UYU going into this one. We had a strong feeling that the map count was going to be theirs, especially when it came to control. And you can see, just looking at that damage, Mayhem. We've been screaming Mayhem's name at 33 and 13. That's a great way to get it done. As far as the damage goes, for the entirety of EG, relatively even across the board. But again, just struggling to close those maps out. The second round, the third round, the round that they managed to win, exceptional work from them. Brilliant, brilliant stuff. Next for Cento Streaks. They put up the damage, they win the gunfights, and they make those great heads-up plays. But at the same time, UYU have been doing that since the very start of the map.
Yeah.
The very first round, they managed to get, 2 ticks on a B straight away, and they managed to sneak a player in the church and steal that Holy Communion wine and the bread and a full tick. That's what you want to be seeing out of these teams. That's the difference maker when it comes to an entire map.
It's a tough loss to take for EG there. We are going into our fourth map, of course. That's going back to Hardpoint. I want to go back to map 1. It was an absolute embarrassment for UYU. I think it was like 38 points that they got. Coming into this series, EG, they were 1-3 on Hardpoint. The one that they did win previously was Seaside, and this is their pick. So, again, do we just think this is going to a Game 5? I mean, that's maybe something you don't want to do in the series is presume anything here, but I tell you what, I wouldn't stump my nose at Arsenal Search and Destroy to close things out here. UYU, fantastic on control. EG, fantastic on Hardpoint. The Search and Destroy was a bit here and there, but again, do UYU just turn around and say, we don't care if you've won this before. We don't care if this is your pick. As we get into this one, potentially the last map of the series here. UYU looking to get another series under their belt, of course. Just one game for these guys today. Obviously, one more, of course, after this here, being Monday. Week 2 already, Miles. How are you enjoying your first week here in Columbus, Ohio, in the Pro League?
Absolutely loving it. The Pro League is so far yet to disappoint. We crowned a king of Arsenal of control, and now we're dipping back into Seaside once again. And we discussed EG's exceptional work in the Hardpoint. Can they repeat themselves here against UYU? And wonderful trades back and forth to start this one off, and the numbers are just favoring UYU for the time being. And Mayhem, 2 kills to his name, and now the Hardpoint goes the way of UYU.
And again, we talked about Mayhem in control, being, a top 2 slayer, if you like. Hardpoint is not much different. He's number 3 right now for the KD rank, 1.27, but his methods, who is at number 1. It's a very, very odd disparity in UYU, but it works, whether you've got your quote-unquote objective players, the players that will take one for the team, the bait, if you like. But with 17 seconds, UYU, they're going to take a clean sweep here down by the cafe. The rotation's going to hit by, and EG will be looking to put a strong defense up as UYU rotate.
Well, UYU have already managed to get more points than they did in the entire first. So, well done, then. That's good. EG yet to find anything. This has been a real turn. The tables have certainly turned. Shoes on the other foot. Royalty desperately trying to stay alive at the back of the map as they battle for spawns. Wine barrel now as we flip. Courtyard, excuse me, and there's that battle that's happening. Exotic, lovely work. Oh, he has no idea.
Oh, no.
He has no idea, and neither did Skies. He manages to get the kill. EG now finding a few points on the board. Mayhem now looking to find these players to the flank. Royalty's in. Lovely bit of work around the statue there. And as we can see, Exotic, a couple of kills to his name. 7 and 2 already. He's currently on a 5-kill spree. Not too far away from streaks, wants to keep that going.
Yeah, 235 right now, as you said. And it's important, yes, to bounce back, and EG have done that, but it's this rotation that may punish them. Proto does spawn out here. Mayhem's got to go down as well. And I tell you what, that is going to be perfect for EG. They may not have been able to start well here, but can they finish strong? Methods, again, deletes 2 bullets in their head and a 3rd for Gridlock. Proto finishing off Fellow here, and actually impressive play there by UYU to not only kind of defend that at a 3v5 here, but hold on to it as well. Methods still lighting up Checkers here as he slides left and right. He's still got Vicento in his eyes, and I will point out, and I want to point this out, Miles, the trophy systems on control and on the Hardpoint, well, this Hardpoint, the trophy system been spot on from UYU. They've been taking everything out of their sky.
The positioning has been ideal, just on the doorway, like to the left or the right of the doorway, where before an enemy team is attacking, just takes care of anything that comes out, slows those pushes down in a great way. UYU now reaping the rewards. EG, they're hot on the heels though, and Proto and Knight working together exceptionally well. Beautiful bait and switch, the tag team, that duo. Really, really great work from them. 85 points now and climbing as Proto continues this dominant run through barrels. Lovely work again. 4 and 6 now, make himself tied up. Skies is the one with streaks. So Skies is the one who we need to be keeping an eye on at 8 and 3. He's letting, the damage ring out, letting the streaks come through. Method's been able to put his feet up for this last Hardpoint at 9 and 5.
Yeah, and maybe it's his turn, because honestly, I think Sky maybe underperformed a little bit in the first few maps here. Maybe looking to go off for the squad, like you said, got 2 streaks to his name as well. They'll be looking to come in on the next side of things. A lot of Sorg shot punches, and what I mean by that is 1 shot to the body and an elbow to the face, and it will put them down. Proto, it seems like he's mastered the technique as well. He gets up close and personal here. 100 to 51 now, doubling the score of EG. They've got full control, and EG, they're looking like their old self in Hardpoint, Miles.
Oh, Proto just let that player run through his legs, and now Proto comes back and finds the kill. Exotic and Gunjar punch their way through the front door. But once again, Proto answers back, manages to hold on. Beautiful shots onto Fellow. There's another one around the corner. Exotic is going to go as well. It's like shooting fish in a barrel for Proto as he finds himself full streaks. And that is a fantastic way to get this done. 13 and 6 for him. Currently on a 9 kill spree. That's 9 kills back-to-back, boys and girls, and you saw most of them. The man is a disgusting monster.
So far, so good. UYU, incredible first round there of Hardpoints. However, don't rule EG out of this one just yet. Yes, we see the streaks, but we've seen comebacks on Seaside many a time. There is 5 streaks, and by all means, there's about to be 5 specialists on the side of UYU. There's the first, and that's for Cento, Exotic, and Royalty. Sent back to the respawn, and as they hit at the back, Fellow Gunjar, you can join them too. This is a masterclass right now, and it almost feels like UYU. It feels like revenge from the first map, Miles.
Oh, and what a way to do it. Methods, still with the Annihilator. Almost managed just to catch the foot of that player. He's found, what, 3 so far?
Yep.
And this is not the player you want to be running around. They've got to time this right if they go together, but not 2 together, because they're going to end up getting kebab. That collab would be horrible there with the Annihilator. Lovely work, damages out. Buys time for his teammates as they're going to get the final 15 seconds of the Hardpoint. And Mayhem almost has streaks as well, my word.
That's a huge 1v1, Miles. Gunjar does come up trumps here. However, who's waiting for him? It's the drone squad. It's Knight. I thought it meant more than it did at that point there, but 2 players spawning in for UYU. They held the cafe, they held the spawns. They're rewarded with these specialists earlier. Mayhem's got full streaks. Proto has used his drone squad, but he's still got 2. Skies has got a lightning strike. Miles, it's like map 1 all over again, but completely flipped.
It's a complete flip. UYU have just shed their skin. They've entered into the next phase of their, evolution. As Gunjar desperately makes his way forward to the Hardpoint, but just gets obliterated by Methods there. Exotic's now in. He's on his own, though. He doesn't have any teammates to back him up, and he's going to get taken clean care of by Proto, who's still on an absolute tear. 21 and 9. Methods finally gets dropped thanks to 3 members of EG shooting him, and he can go. Knight's going to back this one up. He's going to run on out. 20 seconds left on the Hardpoint. EG, you can have that time. That's a pittance to us.
They've already rotated. They've still got 4 streaks. They've got 2 players on attack, 5 boost. They've got concussions to work with. UYU are living the dream right now. And EG, it feels like I've just watched a series from Genji. They lose the first map. They go on to throw things out the window. 3 back-to-back, Mayhem with the double. And it feels like we're closing in here. Technically, UYU can win off this one. Sky's going to take down his teammate as well as Royalty here. But down by the fountain here, it is going off. Exotic, oh, nice double. Gunjar breaking through as well. It just seems out of reach, though, Miles.
This is getting very ugly very, very quickly. I mean, the back is being watched there by Skies and his drone squad. That's basically what he's doing. There's nothing to worry about at all. Oh, actually, Methods is going to get dropped, and Royalty finds a tasty, tasty 2-piece finger-licking good. That one was. EG, can they find themselves on the point now? Better late than never. Vicento gets 2 as well. And again, Vicento, I want us to bring up that name again. 7 and 14 right now, desperately trying to turn this around. Almost everyone on EG is going negative. Fellows having a bit of a shocker at 7 and 20. That's 20 deaths. Can they turn this around? We have seen such majestic comebacks here on Seaside and EG. Are they just building up? Are they teasing us? Are they going to give us that game 5? This war machine from Exotic is going to have to ring out. This Methods finds the Hardpoint. Gunjar's doing what he can there. Lovely bit of work with the Tempest. That's his 3rd. The point is being held. Is this how it happened?
I'm going to take a deep breath, Miles. We've seen comebacks on Seaside many a time. The Tempest is out. We saw the War Machine was available with 45 seconds left. You pointed out Vicento maybe not having the best game. He's currently ranked 40th at a .73 on Hardpoint, so he personally will want to turn this around as well. But these 35 seconds, they're crucial. This puts EG, if they get it all, at about 170. the streaks could come from the specialist, and one player that is getting a little closer to Goonjar, 145 and counting. As he sees players scuttle away here back to the cafe. And I think that's a very wise move from UYU. Give it up, let them have the 20 seconds. You only need 39 left. This has to be a big break for EG.
Goonjar needs to get these kills. He desperately needs those streaks. They managed to burn 2 specialists there, and yeah, great. Tempest did the work, but the War Machine didn't find a single thing, so that was a burn as far as I'm concerned. Royalty's got all ready to go. 45 points now. Royalty's got his grab slam ready. Goonjar is still hanging in for streaks. His teammates are picking up kills. This is big.
This is huge. Royalty's pushing in from the middle. Methods is going to go down. Can Royalty go big? Yes, he can. Skies is going to go out. And oh my goodness, what am I seeing? Royalty invests. And I think he might still have that. I'm not sure as we go back on. The lightning strike will come in. Goonjar did pick this up. They need to break. They need to break now. They'll put it at the back and the middle, which forces them off the hard point. They can get an entrance. Well, the next wave of kills is crucial.
Oh, no! Goonjar, no! He shot 2 teammates! Oh, the dagger is not meant to come from your own side. That's going to sting. It could happen right now for UYU. Not like this. I mean, the Hellstorm, is it going to make up for that powerful team kill? Oh, man, that stung. You hate to see it. Mayhem's now going to just make this look easy. The clock's ticking, 15 seconds. Oh, man, I'm on my knees.
They don't need to challenge. It goes down to, I believe, 249. I could be wrong, but it looks like they've rotated, and maybe I'm taking their word for it here. Number 9 looks like he's trying to get one slide in. Royalty, that being, is not going to come in just yet. 249. One break is all it takes. However, if you want to talk technically here, 60 on barrels and a perfect rotation. I mean, courtyard, should I say. Who knows? Honestly, Seaside, we've seen crazier things, but Proto potentially close with the grab slam. Big kills, not going to happen. Goonjar called in the drone squad. They need to stay big. They need to stay strong. Methods of Mayhem combining. They're going to jump in from the church. And ladies and gentlemen, that is going to be game 1 over and out. It did get a little closer, but that's Seaside. It wouldn't be the same without it. And again, great plays coming in from Mayhem. Methods staying strong here. Technically, number 1 and 3 player in the Pro League here and putting up those big numbers. EG, what the hell happened after map 1?
A little bit of thought's got to go back into that. Again, the game plan was there at times, but the execution was somewhat flawed. There was a few kind of small mistakes, and a team kill at the end, man. I mean, 1 team kill is bad enough, but finding 2 players stacked up, like, I mean, that's a collab with your entire team.
Yeah.
And that, you eliminated 2 members of your team, you're making the push towards Cafe. It was crucial timing, and I hate to say it, but that was where the match turned for me. Yeah. Goonjar had streaks. I thought he was going to find some redemption with the drone squad, you know, towards wine barrels. Again, the Seaside comebacks, they happen, but ooh, that was
wasn't nice to see.
Fishy finish.
Wasn't nice to see. However, again, you've got to go back to it. You know, you're shooting your Maddox, 3 kills, 2 on your teammates. That exchange of kills goes differently. The whole map ends a little differently. Could have been the same result, but it would have been a lot closer here. They held out barrels. They had those 3 streaks available. Goonjar putting numbers up, and I think going into this one, Goonjar was the only player from EG not in the bottom 5. The other 4 are in the bottom 5 for Hardpoint KD, and it says a lot. You know, after map 1, that may change a little bit here. The stats slightly skewed in that one, but UYU, you know, we talked into map 2 how they had to erase map 1. They did. They got rid of it. They won map 2, they destroyed on map 3, and that map 4, incredible stuff. Congratulations to UYU.
Brilliant stuff from UYU. Well, that's enough from Miles and Momo. Let's throw it down to Jess with our PlayStation Instant Reaction with Knight.
Thanks, Miles. How does it feel to get that S&D win?
Oh, it feels good. You know, we haven't won an S&D this whole time we've been out here, so it's about time we show up and win one. Kind of makes up for the really bad hardpoint we played that first map. We did everything wrong, they did everything right, and it showed. We got like 40 point clubbed. But, you know, it's just one map. We got a whole series to look forward to. We knew on Control, Seaside, we'd be looking solid. And then Seaside Hardpoint as well. You know, the team has a lot of pressure, and some people just can't keep up with that.
And speaking of those hard points, why was there such a disparity? We saw, you know, the 40-point club, as you mentioned in the first one, and the second one, you really came back in a big way.
Lack of practice the last couple days. It showed, and then obviously, you know, we should be prepared regardless, but the lack of reps the last couple days really showed that first map.
All right, well, 3-1 victory is not a bad way to start off the week. What are you expecting out of the rest of this week?
We just got to come out strong and keep doing what we're doing. We know they needed this win, but we needed just as much, so we're just going to keep pushing, hope for the best.
All right, thank you so much. This has been your PlayStation Instant Reaction. We'll be right back after this quick break.
The Call of Duty World League is brought to you by Mountain Dew Amp Game Fuel, the official beverage of the CWL. Scuff Gaming, the official controller of the CWL. And TCL, America's fastest growing TV brand.
Game Fuel. Level up the game.
UYU starts off the day with a big fat W over Evil Geniuses. Your desk is back. I'm your host, Katie Bedford, joined by Nameless, Pac-Man, and Study. Pac, is that what you were expecting?
Not at all. Not at all. EG started out so hot. They started out so hot. Goonjar was 11-2 first rotation, got his drone squad. Everything looked perfect. They 40-point clubbed them. And then after that, it went all downhill from there. Everything was UYU after that. I just couldn't believe what I saw. Complete wash.
After that first map, I thought EG had it. After that first map, I saw, like, look at this. Watch this. I was absolutely bombing when I see this.
Like I was for.
And this is our play of the game.
What?
That's a headshot.
Yo.
How do you lose a series?
How do you lose a series doing that?
That's ultimate bullet registration right there.
And to note, our play of the game presented by Scuff is what we just watched, that fellow hipfire annihilator. We saw people on Twitter while we were waiting in the green room. Everyone was pretty much like, what?
It's funny because last week, Krim missed an annihilator shot point blank against Proto in a doorway. And somehow Fellows hitting one all the way down the street, hip firing.
Headshot.
I don't understand.
Full streaks also. Don't forget that.
So
now, I wonder, Nameless, we thought, EG did well. They got map 1. We thought maybe they had something going, and then it all kind of just started to crumble very quickly.
All right, so first map, right, what they did right, everything was going good. Everybody was picking up, everybody was slaying. They started off hot, and that kind of led them into the next few rotations. Pretty much every hill was dominated by them. They were able to break in. Everything was working perfectly, and I talked to Revan afterwards. He was like, we really like that Hardpoint map, during the game, and maybe the veto strategy came down to them getting Gridlock, sort of their best map, and they played amazing. But moving on to the Search and Destroy. Now, I will say on neither side, I didn't think either team played the Search and Destroy particularly great. EG, terrible. I didn't like the way they played it at all. They tend to give up the middle of the map, and in my opinion on this map, you need mid-map control. If you watch some of the top teams, they'll always have a guy sort of getting information in the middle and making a decision based upon that. And the way EG were playing it was kind of slow. They would send Faceno on a wide flank with the thermal ICR, which is something you would not typically see at all. This Search and Destroy was just terribly played by Evil Geniuses. I think this should be their veto, where they should go back and just completely change every single strategy they have going into it.
I guess they thought that they could just give up middle map on defense and not stack either bomb site. They're just giving up information. Placenta was going water. The problem with EG's retakes is that they kept sitting people on solo flanks.
Yeah, we saw 3 different players do it.
You can't do that in this game. Stick together, run tight setups. Watch what these other teams are doing to win the games.
Yeah, so there's 2 ways you play it, right? You either 5-stack either side of the map and you push up. We've seen some teams do that. Midnight, they love to do that, and they sort of break off and hit a short flank in one of the lobbies. Or you decide to go mid and do a split in middle map. You don't ever completely give up the middle of the map. You're just going to get destroyed playing like that, and it shows later in this game.
The study then, as I was going to say before, why do you think they're kind of doing these solo runs where you have players out on their own, and clearly, as Nameless has said, they're being punished for it?
I just simply don't have an answer for you. I was watching around. I feel like every time that they planted the bomb at either one of these sites, they want to control middle map. They plant bomb B, for some reason there's 3 of them going to that middle door trying to fight the hallway. Doesn't make any sense to me. Hold a setup and play off the information that you already have. I watched Royalty slide out because he saw 2 people on the B steps and just give his life away completely, and it puts his team in a disadvantage. It just doesn't make any sense to me.
You know what they're doing? Just by the looks of it, it seems like they're kind of over-strategizing. They're trying to run their strategy perfectly, flawlessly, when sometimes it comes down to just trading. Get together and trade. Sometimes you can't execute that flawless strategy you have laid out, and I think that Evil Geniuses definitely have the talent to be able to do that. I just think they really need to put it together, and after having the week that they did going into this one, they really tried to refine all those mistakes that they made, and it doesn't seem to really have been fixed.
And Pac, maybe they're just in their own heads a little bit too much?
They're definitely in their own heads. Like Ant said, that over-strategizing, it's not really that complex.
Nope.
If you get, they were going to take B bomb site for free, by the way. UYU just gave it up every single round.
Every round.
All you have to do is watch right in front of you the water and a doorway, and have one person or 1 or 2 people designated to watching the flank. Just call out, the guy can turn around and help you. Instead, like Jay said, they were running up the middle steps, trying to retake hallway. They had all these plans in place that they felt like they had to execute, even though they didn't. They're giving this up to you. Accept it.
On this map, they were pretty much getting destroyed from the get-go, but they did have sort of an opportunity to come back after barrels. It would have been far-fetched, but it could have been done. They had a Tempest, War Machine, Annihilator. They decided to pop all 3 of those on the barrels hill. I think they maybe should have saved the Annihilator. They did have the Tempest still out currently when the Annihilator was popped, so they possibly could have saved it on the rotation. Gunjar was working on streaks. He ends up picking those streaks up after a very staggered, slow push, but you see, I think it was Proto goes in to try to get that grab slam kill, and he doesn't wait for his teammates. He doesn't actually pick up a kill with it, so the streaks were pretty much ineffective at that point because they were all inside, and they weren't able to gain control of the Palace. So if they were able to execute that, they may have been able to mount a comeback, but either way, after seeing Evil Geniuses Search and Destroy, they weren't winning that game 5 anyway.
Speaking of Proto, I want to throw some love to Proto because game 3, he barely got to 2K damage. So he had a horrible game 3. He'll probably tell you that himself. And then game 4, he was going off. Just to brush that game off and come out strong the very next game is impressive.
He outclassed everybody on the EG side when it came to the SOG role. That guy was literally just shot punching every single person. I'm pretty sure Bryce got the first couple shots on him, but it didn't even matter. Proto just has that down to the T, and that's what makes him a really, really good SOG player.
Now, let's pull up our